The next step is to mimic the lines that are, so if this line is going straight up and down, then I'm going to slide back, and this line needs to be going straight up and down. If this line is at this angle, then I'm just going to slide back at that same angle. So if this line here is this angle, I'm going to slide back. I'm going to keep that angle right there. If you want to make it a little easier on yourself, you can literally line the ruler up with this line and just trace on the other side of the ruler. And so if I line it up here, I could just trace on the other side of the ruler. That doesn't always work, but it works right there for those first two lines anyway. So right here, this is the face, the very beginning, where we started with. This line's going straight up and down, which means that the back of this building also is going to be going straight up and down. So I need to mimic this line connecting this skinny V right here. I'm going to connect those with the same angle as right here. And then the same with this. If the angle of the front of this building is at this angle, then the back of this building needs to be the same angle. Okay. And then that's where the easiness of this shape ends, because the rest of this is not that easy. So, everybody pause and take a look up here just so you can know what I'm doing. So this line is going straight up and down, which means I need to slide back until I touch right here where these 2 points met at this vertices. This line is also going to be going straight up and down, but it stops right here because this part of the building is overlapping it. Does that make sense? Okay. If the front of this little weird part right here, if it has this angle right here going at like this across my paper, I'm going to slide back. And it's about 1 ruler length because that's about how far we've been going back here and here. So I'm going to slide back about a similar amount. I'm going to slide back to here, but it's got to keep this angle. I'm going to connect those two at that angle. So here's this angle, but I'm a little off. Let me try that again. This angle right here. So the front of this building, this angle right here, slides back and does this. Does that make sense? Okay, then this angle slides back and it mimics right there. Then the very top of the building, it's going straight across, which means back here, it touches this point and then it goes straight across. So if the back is going straight across, so is the front of the building. So all you got to know is that whatever the front of the building looks like, whatever angle that is at, the back of the building mimics that same angle. I'm gonna move down here at the bottom here. I'm realizing now that this doesn't keep going back. It goes about right there before it disappears. Right here. So I had to create a line right here. Okay. Shading can help this. All right. If we have this angle here, I can very lightly shade at that angle, that square. Just very lightly at that angle. And then at this angle, it's going to be darker because, well, it depends where the light source is at. But I'm pretending my light source is kind of coming down, maybe straight down, so that this would be darker. And if my light source was coming straight down, that's going to make this overhang, make everything underneath here completely dark. So I'm going to fill that triangle in just as dark as I can. This would be pretty dark because if it's coming straight down, that's also going to be pretty dark. But I'm going to go straight up, I'm going to go up and down, make it just a little bit lighter so that we can tell the difference between that little triangle area. If it was coming straight down, we would have a shadow over this. However, it'd be getting lighter here. So as we got closer to the edges, it'd be a little lighter, but as we got closer to this line, it'd be a little darker. If it's coming straight down, this would also have a slight shadow on it. I'm going to make all these lines go straight up and down. If it's underneath here, this is going to be pretty dark because it's being overlapped by a building. I know I'm going quick, but this is not the project. This is just kind of a give you some understanding. No. Okay, so if we wanted to put a window on this, on the very front of this building, that window is just going to be going straight up and down and straight across. So I could just do a line here that's straight up and down. Two lines going straight across. Okay, a window is not completely flat. So right here at the corner, it's going to go to the vanishing point on the inside just slightly. Whoops, my ruler moved. And then at the back of that line, it'd be going straight up and down. And then straight across. Like this. And so all I did was went straight up and down on the inside of that rectangle. And then from this vertices, this vertex, it went back to the vanishing point. You've got a window right there. You could put window lines on it if you wanted to. kind of outline it if you wanted it to, as if it had a outline. We've got a little window. While you make that first window, I'm gonna go ahead and make a second window over here. You don't have to make a second window. I'm just kind of playing around right now. Okay, for most of us, this is probably far enough. This is probably about the extent that we want to make our building, our main building. This is pretty hard. We have some overlapping spots. We have some shadows. We have some windows. You can add a door in there. But if you've been able to keep up and yours is looking right, then let's push it just a little bit further. And let's say that we want something to go inwards. So like this, where the door is pushed in and there's a window back here, or maybe we have the side of the building here pushed in. The way we would do that is we'd start off by going from our vertex here to our vanishing point, but I'm gonna let it fade off because I'm not gonna go all the way back. And then I kind of want to figure out, what is the opening going to look like? Is it just going to be a rectangle where this opening is, or is it going to be a weird shape? I'll show you a couple examples in a second. But for now, I'm just going to do a rectangle where this opens up. Or a square. Just did a square where this is going to open up. And then I got to figure out how far back into this building do I want the door to be. It's over my desk. Yes. I'm not going to make my door go back very far. So I'm going to come right here and going straight across my paper, I'm going to draw a line going until it hits the edge of that square. And then where those two lines meet, right here at this dot, where these two lines meet, the one that's going back to the vanishing point and this line here, I'm going to go straight up and down until it touches this square here. And then we're going to erase everything inside this back square. So it looks like that. Oi.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay, if our light source is coming straight down, that would make this floor in the very back kind of dark, and then it's going to get lighter and lighter as it gets closer. And then the side of this building, a similar thing's going to happen where it's dark back here, but I'm going up and down this time instead of from side to side. And then it's going to get lighter as we get closer. The back of this building is going to be the darkest point, but I'm going to go ahead and draw in my doors. I'm going to make some pretty nice, tall, big doors here. I'm going to make them double doors. And then the back of this building is just going to be pretty dark. It's because it's on the inside here. I'm going to leave the doors out because the doors are going to have light coming from the inside. They're going to be glass doors. If I wanted to create a window, I could just erase out whatever window shapes I wanted. In the very back. And then outline them. They would be going straight up across, straight up and down, straight across. There I go. If I was to pretend that there is light coming out of these windows, I might put some yellow in there, make it look like it has some light coming out. These glass doors also have some yellow in them. Also coming out of these glass doors, it would create some light just in front of the doors, so I could erase a little bit of that shade and put in some yellow. And then there we go. We've got something that's sticking inwards into the building. All right, to start off the sketches. The sketches don't have to have straight lines, but it does need to have lines going to the vanishing point so you can kind of work it out. After we have a really good sketch, then we will move on to a final piece of paper where we need everything to have clean lines straight back and forth. And for the final one, we'll either use our shading techniques or colored pencil techniques to finish it out. I showed you one from last year